Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be taking control of the McLaren Formula 1 racing team again in F1 Manager 2022. So we've just finished up in Bahrain. We've got an important email in our inbox. Let's go and check this first. So we've got the suspension is completed. So they've done the design. So we need to manufacture the design now. So let's go into the manufacturing settings. We can do rushed and emergency. That's going to push the cost up. It's going to take 5 days to make. Let's do 2. I can't remember when our race is. It's 4 days till the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So we're not going to get this in time anyway. If we rush it, I might get 1 in time. It might be worth doing. Okay, let's rush that. Right, back to the inbox. So it's just telling us that we've started working on the manufacturing. We started working on a manufacturing project prior to you joining the team. I'm delighted to inform you the project is now complete and there's new suspension part waiting in the car warehouse. Huh. Okay. Is that better or worse than the one that I wish you'd told me that before I started making a suspension. Right. Okay. Let's put it in Norris's car then. Car 2. So if we look at suspension. So that's the one we've designed. So this is the new one. Does it give me a comparison? There we go, it's very marginally better. I don't think it's as good as the one we're manufacturing though, but that's fine. We're going to install this on car 2. Okay. That's fine, let's go back to our inbox then. Got a Bahrain overview. Oh, that's just what happened. All eyes currently on McLaren as they're performing below expectations, currently placing P7 at 7 with 1 point. Well, I was quite pleased with that finish. Thank you very much, Michael Loom. Difficult race. The board watched the race at the Bahrain International Circuit and we were disappointed that the team performed below expectation. They consider that a bad race. I thought it was... They just lose some confidence. Okay, well, I thought it went quite well. Okay, well we do have room to design a new part, so let's get another one going. We've got suspension done, we've got front wing underway. What else would be good? This affects top speed, so that might be quite good. Let's give it a bit of welly on the CFD testing. What's that improving? We have to put quite a lot in to get it to affect the top speed. If we... There, that makes the top speed very slightly higher. So we'll leave it at that. Wind tunnel hours, we've got quite a bit here, so why don't we put 10 on and see what that does. Yeah, okay, design focus. Does increase the speed a fair bit. What about optimized aerodynamics? Improves acceleration. It does. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go for that. I think we've got our engineers back, so let's put 4 on there again. It's not too expensive, so we rush it. It shouldn't add too much to the cost. Let's get that done. Where's my mail? Go to Leonard Norris's profile. So have we got any point? We haven't got any development points. He did get some XP. Nothing we can do. Yeah, the defending does probably need to be improved there, Lando. looking pretty good. But if he didn't lock up, he might have finished higher. Inbox. That's done. There's probably not much left to do. Let's did we get any scouting done? What are we scouting at the moment? Maybe we're scouting drivers, not sure. Anyway, let's go to the race weekend. It's manufacturing complete, so what have we got? That's the old one. Michael Loom. Yep. Well, Ferrari are doing well. They're doing better than us. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Did I see that we... No, I don't think the part got manufactured in time, you know. Circuit info. This is 50 laps, isn't it? So that's a bit shorter than I imagined. The circuit length might be longer. A minute and a half to get round. Okay. Performance targets. So reaching Q3 is a bit of a task. Qualifying in 10th. That seems unlikely. Let's say that we can reach Q2 though. Race targets. They want us to finish 10th. That's possible. And set the fastest lap. Seems unlikely. Hot streaks. Qualifying position streak in 12th. I think that could be possible. I don't think we're too far off that. Okay. Drivers. Looks alright. Where's back? Car parts, so... Ooh, it is finished. Okay. Let's go back to... I think we can do it from here, actually. If we put that onto car 1... Then with our new and improved version, we're going to put that on car 2. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so you can see that the part on car 2 is better than that on car 1, which is Ricardo's car. So that looks good to me. Come to the race, let's go to the race weekend. Right, so we're going to do similar to what we did in the first race. We're going to take first practice. And we're going to try and nail our car setup. I'm interested to see how much carries over from the first practice we did.
Yep, radio is good, drink's good.
Looks like their car part knowledge is still good.
Sessions should be starting now.
Let's send out Ricardo. Wait for him to get a little ways out and then we'll send out Norris. Work. It's all full of Ricardo for now. But there's probably not a lot to really go on until they come in and we can look at how the setups ran. So I'll pause it here for now, and when we come back we'll see how this first practice session went. So here we are, they're in the garage. Neither of them really likes the car, so we're going to have to take a look at that. Everything's bad. Okay, everything's rubbish. So what can we do about that? Let me move some stuff in this direction. We try... Yeah, it's bad, so we've got to move it quite far, haven't we, if things are bad. he literally doesn't have any confidence in this, so we need to bring that back a little bit. This one hasn't changed much. What can we do about that? Well, maybe we'll try that. We've got everything in the sweet spot kind of zone. We've moved everything quite far along. Tyre issue. You need to use a compound with at least 15 laps of use left. What are we on? We're still on these. Okay, I guess I'll have to do that manually then. Well, let's go on another set of softs. Because it's a shorter race, I think I'm going to do a one-stop strategy of either hard, medium or medium, hard. That's what I think I'm going to do. So let's send you out. Norris, that's probably the same thing's happened to you, hasn't it? So let's do that. In terms of the parts, setup. Everything's bad again. So what can we do about this? Change the front wing angle. This one hasn't changed much. Oh, that okay, yeah, that's where we do that. Alright, well let's send that out. Should give us a good idea of what's going on. And when we come back we'll find out if we managed to improve things at all. I don't think we make it any worse, but here we go. Okay, here we back are in the garage, or the garage I should say. And straights are still pretty bad. Everything else is looking not too bad, though. If that's bad, it feels hard to know what really to do to bring that back in line. Maybe just shove it there as far as we can. That actually brings that back in range. I'm not actually minding that. Maybe bring it a bit closer. I might want to bring that a bit further that way if I can. No, I want to keep that there. Well, let's try it. Let's try that. We'll just get it setting up, but we're going to run out of time on this particular session. We'll have a look at Norris's. He wasn't actually too bad. He had 74% satisfaction. So this one's bad. Everything else is pretty good though. So let's just try and move that oversteer back as far as we can, and then level everything else out. Let's pop that there and see what we can do with the rest. Cornering. That should be alright. That can move, that's fine. Okay, well, let's see how that feels. We'll just finish up this practice session, but we won't be going out this time. Hopefully Norris can get that configured in time. Looks like he will. Just about. There we go. Yeah. So in P2, we'll see how that pans out.
Well done, mate. Great day.
Session end. I don't know if there's a button that makes this go a bit quicker. Oh, we've got to wait for all the cars to finish, that's what. Right, so on to P2. Going to manage this session.
Is the radio okay now?
Yep, radio is good, drink's good.
Right, well, let's send out Norris first this time.
Sessions should be starting now.
And we'll send out him. Let's follow Norris as he's gone out first. So I'm going to speed this up, and then we'll come back and find out how that setup is going for them. Right, so here they are coming into the garage. Let's reconfigure Norris here. It was an improvement. It wasn't a massive improvement. But we've sort of made the zones a bit smaller here. So braking stability, we need to get up that other end, don't we? Move that there. That's great. So we'll leave the ones that are great are kind of in place still. The one that's good, we've moved along a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that. Got to put new tyres on. That's fine. Confirm. Ricardo, though, he was quite happy with that setup. So let's have a quick look what's going on here. I'll put new tyres on. So we've got optimal on the straights, which is pretty good. Everything's great apart from braking stability, which we can try and tweak a little bit to improve that. Okay, so what can we do for that? Which one does that mainly? Yeah, this. The question is, where do we want to move it? This is why I like the Motorsport Manager version, because you can kind of see, as I said in the last video, you can see where your previous setups were at. So you know whether to go right or left, because here we're in the middle, so it's hard to know which way is going to be better. But let's... I know initially in the middle it was bad, so let's just try... There's a lot of corners, so maybe it makes sense to do that. Don't know. Let's give that a go. We're pretty close on Ricardo. So we'll let this reconfigure, then we'll send them out, and then we'll see how close we got to the pin on this one. Right, just showing this. Apparently there was a big crash.
And there's the collision. It's caused absolute carnage.
Right, so Ricardo's just pulling in. Norris is already there, and the good news is that we did pretty well. We got Norris's car set up to 94% confidence, and Ricardo to 95%. So we've got to be pretty happy with those, I think. Yeah, this is Norris, so we got optimal straights, everything else is great, that's brilliant. I don't know if there's a way to save this setup, but there isn't. Again, in Motorsport Manager, you can save a setup, and the next time you come to this race, it's going to be, not perfect, but it's certainly, within the ballpark. But I can't see that here, so I'm just going to leave that, to be honest. Now I'll have a quick look at Ricardo. So, oh yeah. So we improved braking stability. We picked the right direction. That's now optimal. Straights are still optimal. Everything else is great. So that's perfect. Well, it's 95% perfect, Yeah, I don't know. I can't save the setup as far as I know. Let's look at help. That doesn't really help, does it? Why am I looking at the car parts, actually? Where's the powertrain? Because apparently you Yeah, you wear out your gearbox and engine and stuff with all these long practice sessions. And then you have to buy more throughout the season, and that costs you grid places. So that's something to look forward to. Maybe they'll patch that. I understand that people aren't happy with how it works at the moment, so maybe we'll find out. They might patch that by the time that becomes a factor for us. I guess we'll see. But I'm just going to let the rest of the session go now. And when we come back, we'll simulate P3 and qualifying, and then go into the race. All right, so end of P2. We're still down in this sort of 12th to 15th kind of range, but we weren't really pushing it, honestly. The main thing was we got our setup confidence to a good point. Track could be more familiar, but they're getting good knowledge of the car parts as well. But we're going to simulate the next session.
Here we are, back for another day of Formula One action, where practice wraps up and qualifying unfolds.
Damn right. Okay, so we'll stick with it while we just shoot through these. The AI may even be able to tidy up that setup a little bit. It's 14th and 15th, we're still down there. Yeah. Got another percentage point in each of the confidences. Track acclimatization is, 100 for Ricciardo. I don't know why Norris is only 90, but that's all looking not too bad. And I'm going to simulate the qualifying. Q1. How do we do? Get through. Oh, what's happened here to Bottas? Grid penalty. Not sure why. 12 and 13, so we expect to be knocked out in the next session, I would think. Let's just simulate. Both drivers out? Yeah, both drivers out. 13th, 14th. That seems to be our sort of average just at this moment in time. But we might. I'm hoping with a one-stop strategy, we might be able to push ourselves a bit up the grid this time.
No surprises in that. It's race day.
McLaren did a decent job during qualifying. This is a solid grid position, and it certainly has the potential to lead to good race results. We didn't see any
Yeah, we didn't do that, so we lost a bit of money on that. We missed out on 12th. Whew, they're very close in times. Continue. Do we pick a strategy here? We can. Let's start Lando on the mediums and go into the hards. That seems pretty good. That's what I was intending anyway. And Ricciardo, we'll do the opposite. We'll start on hards and we'll go to mediums and see how that works out. So there we go. Let's start the race.
There's a very overcast night in store for the drivers who are now lined up on the grid. And there's Lando Norris. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And behind them,
I thought there was some
Ricciardo.
booing then.
They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them
There's
and
Lando
the
Norris.
podium.
Boo!
The race start is mere seconds away. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Let's go!
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, I meant to push up. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's keep
Stay
him on
close.
balanced because his fuel situation isn't ideal. We'll go to attack.
Let's try and push up.
Yep, understood.
Let's follow Norris. So Ricciardo's already dropped a spot to Schumacher, which doesn't feel great. We're behind Magnussen in the
That's a
Haas.
new race position for Haas.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch the replay of that. Okay, we'll wait until we're doing a bit better on the fuel before we get aggressive on that engine, because it was having to go conserve for half the race. It felt like in the last one didn't feel great. Doing quite well here though. Maybe we will just push it just to see if we can get past Magnussen. I don't know if there are any DRS active yet.
Press overtake button.
Okay.
Oh, trying to get past him. Oh, there we go. We're going to do it on the inside. I think we have. Let's flip that to defend. How's he looking behind? It's actually miles behind. So let's go back down to aggressive on the tyres and balanced on the engine then.
Just be careful with this tyre.
I'll go neutral on the DRS. How's Ricciardo doing? He's dropped another place, so let's try and get him pushing up them. I'd like to finish in the top half of the table if we can. Get a point again would feel quite good. Well, Magnussen's dropping back. I wonder if he had a problem because Schumacher's overtaken him now. If we look behind, yeah, I can't see anything for a little while. How's Ricciardo doing? He's got both Haas. Can we go to overtake mode?
Use overtake.
Yep, understood.
I think he might find it difficult to overtake them. Let's go back to Norris, who's doing pretty good. Catching up with Zhou a little bit. He's doing well on fuel this time. I don't know what happened in the last race. We'll keep an eye on it. I just feel a bit like Ricciardo's. Let's just move him back down to balanced and aggressive.
DRS is enabled.
Ooh. How do we deploy a bit of DRS then? Let's push again, see if we can get past those Haas. So the fuel's just got burned there again. Oh, I don't really understand that. I'm going to have to drop him back down, I think. Let's go to Norris. I wonder if the aggressive pace, I wonder if that does have an effect on fuel as well. Yes, the powertrain. So if we look at where is it? Where's the engine? Ah, 82% C. So these are going to keep dropping throughout the season, which is a bit annoying. Oh wow, okay. Norris, attack, push, overtake. Let's see if we can get around these. Got a spot, overtook Zhou. Got Gasly now just ahead of us. Got a nice straight, can we push it? There we go. Into 10th.
McLaren with a great overtake.
Let's drop him back down. Let's drop him back down.
Good job.
Ricciardo did grab a spot.
Nicely done, nicely done.
Let's
Okay, we're
take
going to watch a
look at the
replay of Norris
replay.
overtake.
Now just take a look at the McLaren.
Yeah, it was nicely done.
Gaining a position there. They make it look so easy.
Good, so we're in 10th now.
The team watching on. And
We've got a bit of distance to make up on Bottas, though.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Understood.
Failed an overtake there on Ricciardo. Yeah, it's a large gap to make up to Bottas now. I'm not sure we're going to do it. Feels like 10th is kind of our sort of ceiling at the moment, just with the way the other cars are. But you never know. You never know. Someone might have an incident that forces them further down or out of the race altogether. And it feels like Bottas is just so much slower than these Alpines and above them. How are we doing? Gasly's catching up with us, actually. Is he right there? He's right on our tail. So let's go a bit aggressive and we'll deploy our EDRS.
If you can, push.
Fuel situation's looking good, particularly on Ricciardo. I might just keep managing that for these early stages of the race, and maybe sort of latter half is where we might push it a little bit when we know. See, it's already dropped again a little bit. I don't really know what governs that. Whereas Ricciardo's doing really well. So we actually made up a bit of ground on Gasly now, which is good. Eating a little bit into Bottas's lead, not by much, like 10th or a couple of tenths of a second only. Okay, we drained the battery, so let's drop that back down then. I've got a Zhou behind now. So we're looking to pit in 11 laps. Around 16, I suppose that's right. We're going to have hard tyres on after that. So what's looking for 25 laps then for Ricciardo. So it does make quite a big difference, that compound. How's Ricciardo doing? He's lost a space, lost a place to Tsunoda. I think we can push the engine a bit higher for him. He's got so much fuel now. Whereas
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
yeah, let's push him a little bit.
Use the pace now.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, I think the pace must influence fuel because
Use to deploy.
Roger.
doesn't mention fuel here, but I noticed that Ricciardo was on that standard pace for a while and his fuel was just racking up, whereas Norris was aggressive and I think his has been draining. Put him in attack. Ricciardo's pretty close to Tsunoda. We've lost loads on Bottas though. Damn it, Show got ahead of us. We have to go on aggressive. If we're still losing loads of fuel,
Maximum
we were looking
pace.
alright not too long ago.
Confirm.
I'm not quite sure what's happened.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
I didn't change the engine mode. He's in the green again at least. So I don't know what influences that. I really don't. Ricardo starts to look a bit like he needs to come back down. So in 7 laps we've used 20%, we've got another 9 to go. So that would be, I think we can push the tyres a bit harder. Let's go, let's attack. Fuel's looking good again. I'm going to have to look up a guide or something. I don't understand why it can go from very positive to really negative in like the blink of an eye. I don't quite get it. Let's actually defend with our ERS now. We've just gone past Sonoda again. Sorry, Zhou again.
Doing a good job so far.
McLaren gain a position.
They're all right there. Latifi, I understand, is is probably the worst driver in the racing. Oh no, that's our driver. Okay, never mind. That's Norris. I don't know what Zhou sees actually. Yeah, he's very close to us. Wow, Bottas has actually shot up. He's overtaken Russell and Alonso. I mean, we're well behind Alonso at this stage. What does he see? A wily old campaigner. Let's drop it back down. See, our fuel's being used up again. I don't understand it. I'm sure there's a reason, I'm just not seeing it. I do feel like most of these cars are probably going to go in with a one-stop strategy, but we'll see. Is anyone wearing soft tyres? Wearing, you know what I mean. The Haas are, and the Aston Martins are actually as well. Well, Tsunoda is. Shows on hards. So these soft tyres, I mean, they might be in for a 2-stop strategy. Oh god, he goes again. Oh wow, 2 overtakes.
Stay close.
Yeah, confirmed.
That was a bit of a shock.
Good job.
Oh, Ricciardo's got overtaken Tsunoda anyway.
McLaren with a great overtake.
These ones are a bit annoying. Come on, push it, push it, push it. I don't want to change the fuel mode though. It's been on Gasly overtook. I feel like we should be faster than him. Zhou, though, I think is just in a faster car. That's what it comes down to, I think. Well, let's speed it. We're 10 laps in now, so let's speed it up to double speed. We're on Gasly's tail. But Zhou looks to be quite far ahead at this point. Fuel situation's looking alright. I mean, I think Ricciardo can push even. Maybe it's the RS that drains it. When we're in neutral mode, the fuel seems to go up. Maybe that's it. Let's make it overtake and see what happens. Not much. Oh, Ricciardo's right behind us now. Here we go. Can we push it?
McLaren gain a position.
Nope. God, he just shot off into the distance as well, didn't he? How can we be over a second behind him now? I don't know. Going to be pitting reasonably soon. Let's push. Oh, yeah, this failed overtake that just bumped us a little bit further back. I don't like draining the fuel like that. Not after the last race. I think we're okay in attacking mode on the tyres though. What have we got? 4 laps? Yeah. Ricciardo might need to go a bit easier on his though. Oh wow, his fuel situation's looking a bit bad. Oh, Ricciardo's behind us again. Yeah, this little clump of 3. Let's push. Oh, nice. Quite far behind Gasly, though. Shows very close. Damn, he's coming up again. Didn't even check the weather. I think it's just dry though. Can't gain on Gasly. I don't know how we've lost 2 seconds on him. There haven't been... Oh, there goes Joe again. I was going to say, there haven't been any crashes or lockups or anything like that I've seen.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Okay. Might not be our race. Oh god, how can Gasly be so far ahead now? Got a yellow flag though, was that? Sector 1.
Is that a lockup?
Let's look at our pit options. So we were getting hard, weren't we? Hang on. Let's just pause. So where are we? Pit window in 1 lap. So yeah, I think we do want to do it this lap, don't we? So we put hard on. Pardon my French. Put hard tyres on the car. And away we go. So quick, aren't they? I know we're on 2 times speed, but even so. Exiting the pit, quite far behind Joe now. I don't. Well, we lost a couple of places, didn't we? I think. There should be us for the rest of the race now. So, how long's Ricciardo got? 14 laps. So lap 31. Push it up to 16 speed. We're kind of in a little bubble all of our own. Similar for Ricciardo, to be honest. Everyone's going to be pitting now. Haven't gained any spaces. What's Ricciardo doing? He's managed to stay ahead of Zhou, although Zhou is about to overtake him, I think.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Yeah. So not much so far, still almost halfway in the race. Nothing really in terms of
And
big
McLaren
incidents.
with a great
Oh,
overtake.
he's done it again.
McLaren gain a position.
And they're just dueling those two, aren't they? It's almost getting close to Ricciardo's pit window.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Oops. Let's pause quick. Let's talk about pit options. So he's going to go on to mediums for the rest of the race. I think when we get in towards the last 10 laps, we'll jump back into Norris's car and see what we can do. So I'm slightly concerned about his tyres. They're only on 66. Fuel is okay. Not great. Ricardo dropping down a couple of places. Yeah, it just feels quite stratified again, doesn't it? There's Gasly, but he's miles ahead. I am slightly concerned about tyres. Alright, so we'll pop back down to Norris now, shall we? So we're 7 seconds behind Gasly. Don't like the look of tyres, all that really. This is okay. Fuel's okay. We don't need to conserve, but equally we can't really push it on either car, I don't think. Trying to think what lap he pitted on. Only 50%. So he's got about another 23 useful percent worth of tyre condition there. Hopefully he's okay. A y-axis graph would be useful here. So what lap did he pit? What was it, about 16 or something? So he's been about 24. Yeah, I mean, they're doing okay then, perhaps. Barely enough fuel to finish the race. And just no real way of catching Gasly now, I don't think. I guess the main thing at this point is probably trying to keep ahead of Zhou. He's 3.5 seconds behind. Gaining slightly, but we're gaining slightly on Gasly as well. So maybe we'll just deploy what we've got. Did it do much? No, not really. I don't really want to harvest. Well, I suppose Ricciardo could harvest. He won't catch Joe, but he's pretty well ahead of Sonoda at this point. Let's harvest then.
Recharge on.
Okay, understood.
Oh, look at that. Perez is like 20 seconds behind Verstappen. I wonder when that happened. But losing ground on Gasly, if anything. I just feel like our tyres are barely going to make it, our fuel's barely going to make it, so we're just going to stick in this kind of balanced mode. I think it'll speed things up. At 4 times. At 4 times you have to go to this top-down view, so... I feel like Joe is catching us. What are his tyres doing? He's on mediums and they're better life than ours. A couple of people pitted twice. Unsurprisingly, they're down towards the bottom. Don't really want to be any harder on our tyres than we already are, is the thing. I think I can see them. I think 30% must be this line here, because I think by the end of the race we're dipping below that. What's it looking like for Ricciardo? Actually better. Maybe I'll put Ricciardo up to aggressive. See how it gets on. I mean, he's 8 seconds behind Joe, so... It's got quite a lot of battery charge now. Maybe we'll... go into like a deploy mode. Is he catching? Not really. Oh, they might be gaining. A little bit. God, if they were disappointed with 10th and 12th, whatever we got last time, they're going to be super pissed at 11th and 13th, aren't they? Still haven't been any major incidents in this race. There's a Sector 1 no overtake zone, I think. That's about...
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Ooh,
Let's
Juspan.
see what happened there. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo
He was right behind
involved in
us.
this one.
Then he
And
span.
that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time.
Did Ricciardo even get past him? No, but he's close. Let's push a little bit. Yeah, from Norris's point of view, Zhou should not be able to overtake him now. Ricciardo's point of view, he might be able to be caught. He's still gaining on me though, isn't he? 5 laps. You have to be a second faster per lap. I mean, he might do it. What was that? Low laps remaining. Oh, okay, it's just saying it's near the end of the race, I presume. Ricardo can't make up the distance.
Use the overtake button.
Yep, understood.
Deploy ours a little bit. Yeah, tyres aren't going to be great by the time we finish this. Is Ricardo catching a little bit now? How are his tyres looking? They're still okay. Still got enough fuel. I'm Danny, how you doing?
Five laps to go.
Can't really make up the ground. He's made up a little bit, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much more. Right to Norris. So it's 4 laps left, and Zhou still has to make up a second per lap. He's not doing it. We're losing ground on Gasly, so that race is over. Bottas could overtake Ocon. That feels like that'd be a good result for them. Verstappen is now top of the race. Interesting, but I think all those cars are very close to one another, so it's going to be... Could be any one of Verstappen, Sainz and Leclerc, but it looks like they're going to be the top 3 anyway, because Perez is quite far behind. How's Danny doing? He's making up a few hundredths of a second, or a few tenths of a second, but not a great deal. Zhou is gaining on us. He's got softer tyres. What are they? What condition are they? Still 60.
Laps to go.
4 laps left, eh? He's going to be close. Oh, Ricciardo's caught up with him a little bit, though. He's really going for it. I'm scared to look behind. Let's have a look. I can't see him. Way on the straight bit. There he is. Yeah, well he's there. It's about 3 seconds behind. Ricciardo is catching him up. Come on, Danny boy. 12th place is calling. You can do it. Yeah, our 3 cars, they're kind of condensing now, aren't they? What's it look like from Ricciardo's point of view? Let's deploy it. Second and a half. He's closer to Zhou than Zhou is to us. By about half a second. It's getting closer. He's eating into that lead. Second now. Still got loads of fuel. It's very tense. 1.2 seconds now. Now we're losing ground.
2 laps to go.
Show is catching Norris up quite severely now. What's it look like? What's the rear view like? It's right there. Oh, our tyres. Can our tyres make it? Oh, he's less than a second back now. We're doing alright for fuel. Let's push as we're close to the end now. I'll try and hold him off a little bit. Let's actually defend. Which Norris isn't great at. He's alright. He's not brilliant.
Use deploy.
Okay.
Oh, half a second now to Zhou.
Struggling a little bit more with the rear.
Okay, understood.
This is where the tyres make
Can
the
we change
difference.
tires?
He's going to go round. Yeah, we lost the place. Hey, can't do much. Can't do much about that. Our tyres are just too worn, I think.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
It's like a 12 and 13.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
So Verstappen won. 2 Ferraris were behind him though, in second and third. Oh, look at Latifi, 30 seconds behind Albon. I just want to finish the race at this point, I think. This is what it feels like to be in the middle of the pack in the F1 World Championships. Solid, let's just push our tyres. Let's just go all
Stay
out.
close.
Yeah, confirm.
It's less than a second, you never know. I think this is the final straight though, isn't it?
It's a checkered flag. You can keep pushing if you want to.
Why would you want to if you finish the race?
Little weaker, I think.
12 and 13, there we go. No points for us this race. But, yeah. Okay, still finished nearly 2/10 of a second ahead of Ricciardo. Just a solid race. There wasn't any major incidents at all.
And that's
Zhou
good
span
enough
out, but
for Lando
ultimately he
Norris
was able
this
to catch us
weekend.
back up.
McLaren showed some good stuff here today, but they'll be building on that now to try and improve their results next time.
There's no
We'll see. We'll have another part for next time. I mean, Zhou still didn't finish in the points. Gasly, then Alonso dropped down a little bit towards the end. See what's happening in the Drivers' Championship. So Leclerc is leading at the moment, 5 points ahead of Verstappen. Sainz has dropped down, as is Perez. Hamilton's sitting solid in 5th. Russell just behind him. Norris is still 11th in the table. But everyone above him sort of gained ground, really. In the constructors, we're still sitting in 7th with AlphaTauri overtaking us there. I think I accidentally called them Aston Martin during the race, but they're AlphaTauri, which used to be Red Bull's... Well, they are Red Bull's second team, aren't they? They used to be Toro Rosso, I think, didn't they? So, XP gain. None for you, Stoffel. Wonder when we'll get some development points on them. Yeah, let's continue. In terms of the money, we got nearly $4 million again, so that's not too bad. So our next race is 11 days' time. Let's have a quick look at our important emails. So Frederick Vesti, scouting complete. He's 71. Not in age, but in ability. High growth potential. High aggression again, like a lot of these Formula 2 drivers seem to have that high potential that's good. Fred Gill has finished scouting Richard Verschoor, who's, well, average growth potential and low, so I take it back, they're not all the same. Let's scout some more drivers. So, what are we sorting by? No, we don't want to sort by that. Let's sort by overall rating, and then we'll scout down for the F2s. So we've done that. Why does it say... Oh, because he's 23. We didn't actually scout him, did we? Okay, we scouted Jack. We didn't scout Ralph. Vesti and Verschoor we've done. So let's do Theo Poucher, who surprisingly is French. Do standard scouting on him. And we'll also do Logan Sargent here, who is American. There we go. Keep that ticking over. We might have a look at the facilities. Is there anything else we can build here? The race simulator, we can increase the amount of XP the drivers are getting. That might be worth doing. It's at max condition. We can upgrade it. For $5 million. Let's do it. Let's get our drivers leveling up. Car development facilities. A design center. It's a bit expensive, isn't it? 11.5. It's a lot of money. Let's do it. Look at our drivers. I don't suppose they've got any development points yet. Let's just read this. So your staff gain development points after gaining enough experience. These points can be used to train and enhance their technical skills. Experience to next development point is 205. Last week he got 130. In the last race, 577. So another race and he should be getting a development point. And in terms of Ricardo, wow, he's got a long way to go. Maybe because he's older? I'm not sure. How old's Stoffel anyway? He's 30. He's not gaining any development points. He is gaining some passively, just obviously using the simulator and that sort of thing, but he's got a long way to go to the next one. So that's that. Look at our inbox. Post-race review. So Max 1. We're performing below expectations. A difficult race. Disappointed that we performed below expectation. Okay. Okay, well we know Norris could defend better. We'll try investing points into that, I think. And I think there we go. We're building a couple of parts. We're upgrading some facilities. Spent a lot of money. But when we come back, we'll head to Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun to play. If you did enjoy it, then please do hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll see you next time where we're going to go down under. Bye for now.